arcade machine. Nick always had a high score.
Nick and I spent so much money on this machine.
That amount is damaging.
Jukebox. Memory place.
Can't believe this whole thing's still working.
Crackle, crackle, crack. Let's go to the jukebox. Remember.
Daddy, 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 open your eyes.
Daddy, daddy, daddy.
Wake up. The kids and I've been busy, and we got a little something for you. That's gonna
When
make
times
you
are so
smile
good.
all day. Daddy, 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 daddy. But when the lights are out, it's time for me to show you.
They still had a great time back then.
And I got
And then it just didn't work out anymore. Sad things happen. Oh, he can't dance. I feel that. He's still better than I am. I can't dance, like at all.
Sit yourself down. Now you should know how much.
Over there we danced. Well. And just before we learned about Tara. Tara, the office administrator at Basswood Jungle, is the proverbial weird co-worker. She likes everyone and everything. Dinosaurs, romance novels, evangelical TV, conspiracy theories, rice cookies, unusual street names, you name it, she'd talk about it for hours. Hugh. Hugh's new in town, but it seems like he knows how to fit in. Then again, as the town pharmacist, fitting in is part of his job. Still, it's decent of him to have come to Nick's wake. I mean, as she said, he came just shortly after, he left, so that's about 2 years ago. And that time you can meet people. So I guess he also had a bit of contact with Nick, because as I read, Nick is a quite social person, and I mean, in 2 years, you can absolutely establish a relationship that is worth going to a funeral for. Drum kit. Used by garage bands, Ethan tries to support the local scene. That is really nice. Mine photos. The pay attracted a lot of people back then. A look at Basswood, the bar you forgot you remember, by Walter Dodson. It is easy to forget the places that make our hometown feel familiar. The coal miner's heaven is one of such places. The owner, Ethan Morrow, has made sure to stay true to the establishment's name by littering the walls with all the brave workers Basswood has seen over the years. Ethan might not have reached the skies yet, but he remains optimistic. Things aren't easy, but thankfully people still think they can beat me at darts. Give it a chance when you walk by. The prices are fair, the beer cold, and Ethan remembers the name of every customer. There's a picture of Ethan, which is not really optimally lit, let's be honest. Could have been better. Inspect. A Basswood landmark is changing hands, by Nick Waldron. Longtime bartender Ethan Morrow will be taking over the Coal Miners' Haven from current owner Carl Edwards. The Coal Miners' Haven has been one of Basswood's only bars since prohibition, when it started as a speakeasy. Ethan had this to say about the change. Nothing's gonna change much. The place feels like home for a lot of folks here. I don't want to change that. He plans to keep Ethan's collection of decorations and hopes to add to it as the years go on. Interesting. Managing note. Warning for drunk customers. Doubt they read it. Yeah, I also really doubt they read it. I don't think they're gonna. No. Darts. Yeah, show the text again. Distribution of marks suggests strong intoxication for the average player.
Some people can play this game drunk. Anna was best at 3 beers.
He still remembers such little details. Pretty sure he liked her a lot.
You'd think a kid at a bar would stand out more.
Nah. She looks like she belongs there, let's be honest.
Everyone here seemed to really like my dad.
Of course they did, Bug.
Everyone's nice in that creepy way. It's weird. Even Anna's weird.
How's Anna holding up? They're trying to be kind. Your dad was a good guy. I don't know. I'm really not sure. And we could ask a little kid about our ex. They're trying to be kind, that is obviously true, and your dad was a good guy is also probably pretty much true. I would say we're giving her a little heads up, you know?
People don't really know what to say, but they genuinely liked your dad. So even if they're weird and clumsy, it comes from a good place.
Now you sound all weird and clumsy.
Don't I always?
Do you ever just watch people?
It's pretty much all I do.
Me
Same.
too. But I don't always like what I see.
Declan lacks subtlety, but he loves this town like no one else.
So, Sam, how's life been treating you?
The same it treats everyone. Well enough, I guess. Could be better, Nick's dad. I don't like could be better, Nick's dad. Because that is a bit snappy. It's given off snappy, so... Well enough, I guess. Sounds too much like I don't want to talk to you, so I would say it treats us same as everyone else. Let's go for
Same way
that.
it treats everyone. Some days are better than others.
Yeah, that's pretty optimistic, coming from you.
I try.
You staying in town long?
Not really. Why? You think I'm gonna disturb the peace or something?
Wouldn't be your first time. Have a nice evening, Sam.
I'm not sure if he likes us. There's connection. Collection of bottles.
I didn't know you read Dickens.
Alcohols from all over the country. Ethan likes to show off. He's a bartender, obviously
You just
likes
quoted
to.
him a couple of times and I thought it sounded good.
So that's Ethan.
Then you should read Great Expectations. It's a masterpiece, plain and simple.
You guys, do you know who he reminds me of? Like one of the Alec brothers. Like they're German magicians. They're twins, and I don't know. He looks like he could be a triplet. Like they're triplet. He is given the vibe. I don't know if I'm just seeing things. Maybe you're seeing it too if you know who I'm talking about. Like that's just what I get from him.
He's owned this bar for almost a decade and still can't afford another employee.
He could surely be able to get like a an underpaid part-timer. Can't everybody afford that if they got a bar or something like that? Who knows? I also don't know about America though, so let's look at Walter.
Walter can be overwhelming at times, but he means well.
He looks like it. But that could also be quite sus. Are we thinking he's sus? Up to now, we do not think he's sus. Up to now, we think he's just a good guy. But there's also the stigma of the good guys at the end turning out, you know, to be dog shit. But we do not hope that for him. I like him. We want him to be the nice guy.
So, I had to throw them all out on their ear, and only then did I realize.
Ah, Samuel, my favorite ex-muckracker. Join us. Join us.
How was the funeral?
Wasn't there. Setting up for this.
Everyone came, most of the town, it felt like. A sea of sad, wet eyes. I gave the eulogy. Felt hollow. So hollow. He worked for me for years. For years. My best reporter. What do you even say about him?
He was a dedicated reporter. He was a team player. He was methodical. I think he was a team player. Sounds quite nice. And from what I heard of him and what I read of him, he really seemed like a really social person that was just, you know, good for teamwork. So
He
we're
loved
gonna go for
people,
that.
sharing things, having fun together. Take video games. He didn't even care if it was some cooking game or shooting game or what, as long as we were playing together.
I always prefer my games analog. Chess, Go. You two did seem to bond over them, though.
It's the small things. Like he always kept his window down. Said cars made him claustrophobic. That's how he stays with us. The little details.
I remember the bar bets about that safe spot at Pac-Man. He got me one night.
Yeah, got me once too. Can't believe it's real.
Enough about Nicholas, enough. Tell me, how have you been, Sam? How have you really been?
How have I really been? I think we should be honest with him. Let's be honest. Yeah. I just feel like that's the right thing to do. So we should go for that.
I spend all day doing nothing. I don't even count days. They just blur together. Nick's death barely hit me. It was like a pinprick compared to just everything.
Time heals most wounds. Some it just makes worse. Sounds like you need something to pull you out of your rut.
Well, I think I've taken enough of your gents' time.
Go, mingle, circulate, but you must join us for an actual round later. You must.
Let's ask.
Oh, Walter, can I ask you something?
Questions are the fountainhead of knowledge.
Nick's crash. Was there anything suspicious about it?
I asked myself the same thing. The very same thing. It did seem odd. Young Nicholas, a careful man in all things, including driving. I looked into it myself. You know what I found?
What?
A tragic accident with nothing amiss. I am both relieved and saddened to say.
Ah,
Life is rarely like a crime thriller, and while I don't mind you asking, some might find it a distasteful conversation at a man's memorial. Especially from you.
I'll keep that in mind.
See that you do, my boy. See that you do.
Yeah, we're only asking certain people. Not everybody. Oh, there's Tara. Let's talk with her again.
I've never known Tara to not take over a conversation.
Yeah, she seems like that.
So tragic what happened to Nick. The details are horrible. They think he didn't die on impact. Instead, he roasted to death. Not enough to damage the bones,
Nice.
but you know, not a pretty sight. Unless you're into that kind of thing, of course. I didn't mean to be rude, Sam.
No, we're not into that kind of stuff. Roasted people. Yeah. Delicious. Really, really delicious. Yeah. No, it's all right. We'd be like,
It's
yeah,
all right,
fine.
Tara. I don't like the sight of dead, burned people.
Oh, thank God. I wouldn't want to be rude on a day like this. Poor Sam. Now that
Yeah,
Nick
she's
is gone,
always
everyone in
rude.
town hates you. I mean, I don't. Why would I? It's not my job you destroyed. You're not the cause of all my problems. I mean, that's what
She's
you
so
did
nice.
for pretty much all of Basswood, but
So honest.
not to me. So, I don't hate you.
Thanks for the
Thanks.
confidence booster, Tara. I'll see you around.
Girl would not be a good motivational trainer. She just like, yo, everybody hates you. Which is true, but like, kind of does not have to be.
Pretty courageous of him to try his luck in Basswood, given the state of things.
He kind of looks like he already got enough money going on and he just does that for fun. Like, he's just, you know, trying to settle down, already made enough money, but it's like, I still want to have something to do, so I'm just gonna try and make a bit of some money to just not be totally bored by doing nothing. That's how he looks. He looks like he got enough money already.
Bess always had a soft spot for Nick. I think she liked his work ethic.
Probably. Let's look at the flowers. Flowers, do they actually help? No. I don't think they help, but I mean, they look pretty.
Should I have brought flowers? Do people expect me to?
Should we really be honestly answering that? Because I'm just saying, I think people expect nothing from him. They expect him to, you know, leave. Just leave.
There was no love lost between Kathy and Nick since their divorce. But anyone can see she's taking his death hard.
Obviously, they've been together for years, probably. They've got a child together. I mean, they do have great memories, I guess, so anybody would be shocked if they hear that somebody they've been loving dies.
Kathy,
Sam, you actually came.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. Ha! Look at that. I'm as surprised as you are. That is the answer we're gonna take. Let's be honest. My condolences for Nick. It's good to see you. No, we're just as surprised.
yeah, well, here I am. I'm just as surprised as you. How have you been?
Life in Basswood has been hard these last years. You'd know if you'd stayed. Joan was really hurt when you left town. Nick and I were never close after the breakup, and Joan's never had a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Maybe don't break her heart this time when you leave town.
Oh, she's
All right.
salty. No, we're not gonna tell her that. There's, like I said, some people that we need to lie to, and that mom is one of them because she be salty already. Okay, we do not need to rub even more salt in that saltiness.
Hard to make promises. I don't do well with those in Joan.
I've noticed.
And she's salty. She understandably salty though.
But I'll try.
Sam, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Women never forget. Empty spot. No, we will not pin, we will remember. Wheel. And there's the Pac-Man machine. The stage. Can you go on top of it? Yes, we can. But it is also... Wait. Oh no, it doesn't. I thought it's given like water droppy you if you walk on top of it, but it doesn't.
You're a lot like Pac-Man, Sam.
I consume everything in my path.
You find every last bite. The mine closing wasn't your fault. Your investigation just hurried things up. You probably saved some lives, you know.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Muley.
You piece of
Language.
Is that a wedding ring?
I didn't know you were thinking about marriage.
Oh, it's just... It feels like the right thing to do.
Dad, what's the point of getting married?
Well, it's just one of those things people do, Bug. Here, you can play.
Someone has to show you grown-ups. Video games are the realm of the young.
Have you talked to Anna about this?
That's kind of the point. I'll talk to her about it when I show her the ring.
If you say so. Hey, just remember I'm here, right? If you need anything. Anything but my arcade secrets. Those I'll take to the grave.
That's the problem of not talking about it before.
Sorry we lost touch. Sorry I lost touch. Rest up, big guy.
Yeah.
This photo always looked weird. Nick could never keep a straight face. He was more her best friend than a dad.
But isn't that good? Shouldn't your parents be like best friends? I mean, I would think of that as positive.
I wonder who took that picture.
Not you. Yeah. We can't look at that. With Nick and Anna. They don't want us to see. Well, they're not.
We drove straight to the sea after work on a Friday. Hell of a weekend.
Loved and mourned by, but never forgotten. Family, friends, and community. Bye-bye, Nick.
Those two were a great team.
Yeah.
Bug was so small back then.
That's a baby thing. They tend to be smaller.
Look at us.
Oh, there it is. Here.
Happier times.
Happier times without you.
Samuel, guess I lost the bet.
Bet?
Yeah, that bet you'd never come back to Basswood? Not after you went careening out of town like a bat out of hell the instant that article broke bad.
That's not why I left. I won my bet. Who was the bet with? Like I said, we do not want to stress around. We do not want to anger anybody. So we're not gonna be like, oh, no, that's not what I left. You don't get it right. I didn't leave because of that. I won my bet. Who was the bet with? Let's show interest.
Okay, I'll bite. Tell me, Dennis, who did you have a standing bet with?
Myself. So I guess I also won.
What are you even doing here, Dennis? You and Nick become friends or something?
Nope. He thought I was a drunk, which I am. And I thought he was a hack, which he was.
This coming from the IT guy. Didn't know resetting passwords could give you a journalism degree.
It can. But it does give me less patience for people who sling mud my way. Relax. I'm just playing. At least tell me how you've been.
It's been rough, honestly. Don't pretend to care. Things have been great.
Really
Let's go
good.
for that.
I'm thinking of going back to school. Go for another master's.
So you don't have a clue what to do with yourself. Anyway, cheers to Nick. A man that, unlike us, people actually liked.
Realization
Speaking
is
of which-
the important key, and you did it. A guitar. And Anna.
As time draws near, my dearest dear, when you and I must part, how little you know of the grief and woe in my poor aching heart. 'Tis but I suffer for your sake. Believe me, dear, that's true. I wish that you were staying here.
Journal update. Nick's wake has barely started. I've already had some uncomfortable conversations, but the most awkward one is yet to come. The one I'm about to have with Anna, for the first time in 2 years. Yeah. And here's Nick. Nick's been my friend since we were kids. Oh no, not Nick, I wanted Dennis. I'm sorry, Dennis Gardner. Oops. Dennis is the IT guy at the paper I used to work for. I remember him as a bitter and mean-spirited guy. A loner with not many friends in Basswood, so am I. But it doesn't mean we're kindred spirits. Yeah, no. You obviously don't like each other. That is clear as day. That they do not like each other. Ethan Morrow, a small-town bartender who listens more than he talks. Ethan's bar must be the only perpetuous business in Basswood. Isn't that a bartender thing? That they do listen more than they talk because drunk people just want to whine to somebody and not get any advice or something. They just want to whine. Not that I know though. Haven't been there yet, but as I know that is a bartender thing.
Dennis, bitter and jaded. He's even worse than the last time we spoke.
Because you had a funeral, I guess.
People leave you or they die. That's the only way anything ends.
Philosophical. Wow.
There was no love lost between Kathy and Nick since their divorce. But anyone can see she's taking his death hard.
Incredible.
Could you give us a moment, Sam?
Yep, I'm gone. Okay, I think I've done everything I can do. So I now just have to talk with her.